From dust to stars. From one lonely boy to eternity. What began as a boy's loneliness became humanity's leap to eternity.
3, 2, 1.
His first leap into the sky ended in fire.
Failure was no stranger, but surrender never entered his vocabulary.
Failure upon failure, yet within him, defiance only grew. Each defeat carved him deeper, but also sharper. He had lost almost all, but the dream still breathed through him. Every investor turned away. Every ally vanished. He was scarred, but unbroken. Weakened, but eternal in resolve. He had not yet changed the world, but he had learned he could. And the rocket stood again, a tower of hope against despair.
3, 2, 1.
And then, thunder carried his vision skyward.
And in that moment, Elon was no longer bound by gravity. He had leapt into eternity. He dreamed of worlds unbroken by history, fresh soil for humanity's rebirth. Every journey begins where hope is smallest bright, in the dust. The dreamer carries no map, only fire in the heart. Every hardship is a question. Will you rise or surrender? This is not a story of a man. It is a story of eternity through him. Dust becomes fire, fire becomes stars.
He was not like the others, and the world made him pay for it. Genius is a gift, but to a child, it feels like a curse. Their laughter carved scars he could not show.
When the world turned away, he found refuge in pages. Loneliness became his companion. Pain, his first teacher. The outsider was not broken. He was being forged. Every answer lived in silence. Every silence in books. Every child who suffers carries the seed of eternity within. From silence and pain came curiosity. And curiosity lit the first spark.
Father, what if a machine could think?
A father's gift became a son's universe.
Others played outside. He built worlds inside a screen.
The boy who once cried in silence now dreamed in code.
But adolescence is no mercy. Every victory came with isolation.
Endure long enough, and silence becomes strength. Loneliness was no longer empty. It was productive. He built friends not from people, but from ideas.
The game was not just code. It was proof of possibility.
And from that moment, he knew his path would be carved by creation. To chase destiny, one must first abandon safety. He carried more ideas than coins in his pocket. A foreign land greeted him with indifference.
He was mocked for dreaming beyond survival.
Chose not to answer mockery, but to outgrow it.
Nights without beds became nights with dreams.
Dinner was often a single loaf. Hunger was a companion.
Books became his allies. Every page a weapon.
Some nights he stared not at screens, but at stars.
From dust and hunger, he forged resolve.
Every fire begins with a single spark, Thejin, even in the hands of the hungry.
He slept beside his work, breathing life into machines.
Failure visited often, but so did persistence. Each setback became the soil where resilience grew. First earnings came not as wealth displays, but as proof. The world was still deaf to him, but the echoes had begun. Loneliness never left, but ambition filled the silence. Every keystroke carried the weight of tomorrow. He had not yet changed the world, but he had learned he could.
This was only the beginning. The fire had met air.
Three, two, one.
When the world chained him to its failures, his eyes looked upward, toward eternity.
Failure had broken him once. Now it would fuel him. When fire met sky, his destiny ignited. Every flame of vision must pass through the fire of collapse, and only those who endure are reborn in resilience. The world saw success. But behind closed doors, ruin waited like a predator. Every investor turned away. Every ally vanished. Yet even stripped of everything, he clung to the ember of belief. The machine was not just a car. It was defiance made real. The factory was no longer a workplace. It was his shelter, his battlefield, his prison, call, and his hope.
Night after night, he lived with silence and machines for company.
He had lost almost all. But the dream still breathed through him. He gambled everything, the last fragments of wealth, the last reserves of strength.
Failure was no stranger. But surrender never entered his vocabulary.
When all seemed lost, he wagered everything. One last chance. When fire met sky, his destiny ignited. He was scarred, but unbroken. Weakened, but eternal in resolve. His first leap into the sky ended in fire. Failure upon failure, yet within him, defiance only grew. Each defeat carved him deeper, but also sharper. And the rocket stood again, a tower of hope against despair.
3, 2, 1.
And then, thunder carried his vision skyward. For the first time, fire did not consume. It created destiny.
And in that moment, Elon was no longer bound by gravity. He had leapt into eternity.
And so he became not just a man, but a bridge between Earth and infinity.
From dust, a star had risen.
It was not fortune that carried him here, but fire, failure, and unbroken resolve.
He dreamed of worlds unbroken by history, fresh soil for humanity's rebirth. And in his journey, machines became more than tools. They became symbols.
He had touched eternity and would not let go.